Hey there, it's Mindy from simplymindy.com, and today I have 3 Dollar Tree slash upcycled or recycled boho inspired decor pieces. I had something different planned for this week, but I thought I'd go ahead and share some ideas using things that you may already have at home. If this is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe for more DIY home decor on a budget. My first DIY is going to be a decorative tray on a stand, and I'm going to use the smaller of these 2 burner covers that I got from Dollar Tree. And this, I believe it's a candle holder base, and I really love this texture on the bottom of it. I'm not going to paint this, I'm leaving it as is because I just really love the look of it. But what I'm going to do is attach these 2 together to make my tray and then add some embellishments. To start, I'm going to use some white chalk paint by Waverly, and I'm going to paint 2 coats to cover this design on the burner cover. And once that's completely dry, I'll go back in with a metallic gold by Decor, and I'm also going to do 2 coats of that. You'll see here soon that I didn't want the gold to be completely opaque. I left it kind of streaky, and that's the look that I was going for. I didn't want it to be perfect. And then once the gold paint is completely dry, I'm going to use these wood beads that you've seen me use in several of my most recent DIYs. And I'm just using my hot glue to attach these around the entire stove cover. And I'm using that bottom lip as a guide to keep them all straight. To fill in that little gap between the beads and the top of my tray, I'm using this macrame cord that I had on hand, and I'm just going to glue it right in that space. And this is also going to cover up any glue that you can see from where I attached each bead. I also used the macrame cord to make a simple bow to fill in that little gap where I couldn't fit any more beads around the edge of the tray. I'm using this Power Tack industrial strength adhesive to attach my base, and before I go ahead and glue it down, I'm just gonna take my tape measure and make sure that it's centered. I did go back and unravel the ends of the bow that I added, and I trimmed it down, and I love the look of it. I'll be adding this tray to my kitchen countertop. I currently have a 3-tiered tray in there, which is more on the rustic farmhouse side, and I'm loving really a lot more boho touches right now. And I love the simplistic look of this one, so this is going to be a great addition. For my second project, I'm not really sure what to call this, maybe a mini planter, but I had this candle jar that I cleaned out, and I love this amber color glass, and you can't really see it on camera here, but there's like a botanical leaf print on it, and I don't know, I just felt bad throwing it out, so I am gonna just repurpose it as decor. So I'm going to use this black yarn that I had on hand, and I'm going to go ahead and cover up those ridges where the lid of the jar would attach to it. And I'm attaching it using hot glue. And this yarn, typically you wouldn't have to use hot glue all the way around, but this yarn that I'm using is very soft and stretchy, so I did have to use a lot more hot glue than I would normally. So, and that made it so that there were some spots showing through. If you've used hot glue with yarn before, you know what I'm talking about, but I'll do my best to cover it up in a minute. I'll show you. So to embellish this and give it a boho touch, I'm making some tiny little tassels, and I've shown this in depth before, but basically you just want to wrap the yarn around as many times as you want to get it as thick as you want, and then tie off the top with another piece of yarn and cut the bottom where it is folded over. I can link another video in the description box where I showed a little bit slower, but I'm basically going to make a bunch of these and attach it around that jar edge at the top. And after making a couple of these, I figured out that a pencil was the perfect size to make that little loop at the top while I tied it off and trimmed the bottom edges. So there's a little hack for you when you're making little tiny tassels. And once I had all my tassels on, I trimmed it to about the same length. It's not perfect, but I added some Spanish moss that I had on hand and a succulent that I had from Dollar Tree. Third and final project is going to be a decorative riser, of course with the boho touch. So I'm using this candle jar lid, also from an old candle that I had, and I'm just removing the handle that came on it. It's screwed on, so I just took a mini screwdriver from Dollar Tree and removed that. And of course I'll keep that for another project. And I'm going to use these same wooden beads in a smaller size and go around the lip of the lid and attach those using hot glue as well. This one, I'm going to fill in that little gap at the top using some jute twine. And once that's all done, I'll add my little feet using the larger size beads. And this can be used pretty much anywhere, on a shelf, a table, in a tray, just to give a little bit of height to smaller decor pieces. Just to add levels, you know, you can add a small planter to this, a bud vase, you know, whatever you like. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you are staying safe during this time. I know everyone is stressed, but I encourage you to find something that you enjoy and, take some time to get your mind off of things that are going on that are not in your control. So I hope you get some inspiration here for things that you can use to repurpose in your home. Just get creative. We will get through this. I'll see you in the next one.